Thanks for joining us after your media rounds there. I'm going to start, probably the question that Rovers fans will want me to be asking first is, how proud are you of your team today?
Exceptionally. That was, I was asked in there what my feelings are, and that was it. I'm not just proud of the players, I'm proud of the football club. I think we conducted ourselves fantastically well on and off the park, which is really important. I felt our supporters gave us full backing from 90 minutes plus. We saw their appreciation at the end and our appreciation towards them. I believe we sold out the Challenge Cup final, 3,500 in a couple of weeks, which shows you how far this club's came in the last year.
There is that sense, I had some people around about me thinking that's nice, but why are they going to their fans have lost 3-0? That again, it's maybe just not seeing the point that this is about a coming together, and there really is. We're not starting a new chapter, we seem to be making progress into it.
Absolutely, it's about building relationships, be that individually or as groups, and it's very important you do that within a football club. The football club only survives on supporters, it's as simple as that. We saw that during COVID. Football wasn't the same, so we have to keep trying to give the supporters some enjoyment, give them some joy when they come to the game. There are always going to be frustrations from myself and frustrations from them, but I feel days like today, this wasn't our biggest game of the season, let's get that very clear. It was a big occasion for us, it's not our bread and butter. We're delighted to be here in terms of the Scottish Cup quarter final, whoever it was against. We wanted to progress to the next round, we knew it was going to be very, very difficult, and I think the supporters realised it was going to be difficult as well.
I'm going to ask you about the game itself before coming back to the challenges you had in selection and kind of preparation. So chat us through the game. It seemed that it kind of spun on key moments at key times, just not rolling our way.
Yeah, that's exactly it. If we can try and get in half-time 0-0 and defend a corner kick, then that's what happens, and then we have a real platform to go out in the second half. So the team talk changes slightly. We have to go and say, look, damage limitation first 10-15, and then we can grow into the game. And I kind of felt we'd done that. We had some really good passages of play going forward. We knew today those challenges, or going forward, was going to be a challenge, and it was going to be few and far between. But we showed a lot of confidence, a lot of grit, determination, and bravery to actually do that. And I felt defensively our discipline was exceptional. We're playing against quality. Look at the 5 subs that Rangers put on today. Just a different level of player, and that's just being respectful towards these guys. And we know they move the ball incredibly well. They have players all over the park that are comfortable in any position, so it's very, very hard to combat.
When we're asking you about the mental preparation for players coming up to a tie like this, and we're chatting on Friday, you were saying about you've got to grasp the opportunity and you've got to soak up the experience. One of the things you said, I'm not sure if it was on or off the camera, was you need to just get into that dressing room, know you've given it everything. Is that the sense that you have for each and every one of your players?
Yeah, there's going to be bits in the game with certain players that we want them to do better, and they want to do better, but we're playing against higher level opposition. Their speed, energy, recovery tackles are much, much quicker than what we're used to. The speed in the attackers are quicker. I think we saw that with the first goal for Rangers. But in terms of their work rate, application, and giving us absolutely everything, like I said before the game, they would, because they've done it 99.9% of the time this season. Today they had to do that, because if we didn't at least do that, we were going to be on a right good hiding, because the Rangers are a really good side. But I felt our players took the instructions on board. We tried our best to get up the park and create opportunities. We would have loved to have scored a goal for our supporters today, but the bottom line is we're out the cup.
Put into perspective the challenges that you've had to face in terms of selection. We've got modern apprentices, we've got guys back from long-term injuries. We brought on young Ethan as a sub who was surgery a couple of weeks ago. It's incredible what you've had to face.
Absolutely. It's been a tough week for us injury-wise, tough season for us injury-wise, and we don't really want to moan about it too much, because we just have to get on with it. And sometimes adversity is the greatest thing you can get in football and in life, actually, because it makes you stronger and better in the long run. We've asked players sometimes to do things that they probably shouldn't have. We've had Lewis Vaughan coming on at Ibrox again, trying to take long-term positives. Lewis had that cruciate. He's not match fit yet because he's been out for so long and he needs games. And Thomas Lang captaining the side at Ibrox after a cruciate ligament. Ethan Ross coming back into the team and showing real quality, I felt, when he came on. Young Adam, who was at school this time last year, now he's playing at Ibrox. Greg Young, who was on loan at Elgin City, gaining valuable experience. So that's what you have to do, and that's the positive side of when you lose a game. You have to look at the positives. They'll grow from that. I had guys chapping my door yesterday who were 100% not fit, asking if they, because they've seen the numbers and they knew we were under pressure in terms of bodies, they were asking to can we help, and we had to look after their welfare rather than look after our own and say no.
In terms of a late injury to Ross Milne, there any early news in terms of how he's doing?
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was really unfortunate. It was literally the last minute of training when he took a tackle. Again, the hunger we're just in a bit of shape work, to be quite honest. Looking towards the game, and he goes down in a heap, and it wasn't good because Ross is a hardy boy. But our early indications are it's not too bad. Hopefully, we'll have him ready for the Hamilton Cup final. Probably a 50-50 at the moment.
I'll finish off just by kind of passing a comment that I've just got via text there, and that was for a fellow supporter who I was with here when we were successful in winning 2-1, and he's actually just messaged to say, you know, I feel every bit as proud today as I did then. So compliments to yourself, compliments to your team today, and we'll catch up before maybe our big Rangers game against Cove next Saturday.
Thank you. Cheers, Davey.